Hello everyone, this is Visual Novel Gamer here, and I am back with Katawa Shoujo. Last time, Shisume and Misha keep inviting me to join the student council, but my guy felt there was something off, so we keep saying no, no, no. But we agreed to play an innocent game of Risk. I hope it's innocent at least. Now let's continue where we were. Shisume opens the door to the student council room. It's very plain, sparsely decorated room. Although it is quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big desk in the center surrounded by chairs and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume it's Susune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, perhaps. Aside from the table and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could have at least put a potted plant in here or something. But the most notable thing that this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? No. Is the sound off? No, just no sound. Okay. No. What do you mean, no? Does it mean no one else is coming today? Dot dot dot. Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Susune claps her hands together, very energetic. Dot dot dot. Ichan, let's pay her this. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Ha ha ha. Okay, okay, okay. Do you want to know the rules? We could explain it to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking, running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started, with a decisive motion slicing her arm through the air. Shisune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intend to be when I agree to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shisune's offensive from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Dot dot dot. Hee-chan, Shi-chan wants you to know that you're taking too long to make a move. Shi-chan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no. Dot dot dot. Shi-chan admires your fighting spirit and will be a brilliant dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. Ha 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 ha. You're so competitive, Shimore. She seems to take that as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little bit more monotonous. She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how to sign, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Susune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index finger against her temple as if she's trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Dot dot dot. Suddenly, Shimura busts into a fury of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Wait please, slow down, Shi-chan. Shi-chan says you're going to lose. Tell her I crush her world empire with my rebellion. Okay. Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. Dot dot dot. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. Gotta save that, that's an option. trap. Smarter to play defensively here. It's likely that she's trying to psych me out. Looking at the board again, I have a pretty good defense set up, and I'm not going to wreck it doing something reckless. A few turns later, I lost the game anyway. Shizumi adjusts her glasses victoriously and allowing to triumphantly pump a fist in the air in celebration. ... Wow, He-chan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. I mean, She-chan, not me. ... Getting control of North America is advantageous because it provides a 5 army bonus that you can attack from 3 fronts, so you must defend them all. ... I thought you had more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, He-chan. Your play needs to be more daring. Ambition. ... I was really excited when you took South America, but you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, He-chan. You didn't take enough risk, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, He-chan. Damn, what's it to her if I play too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. ... I wonder if you even be any good for the student council. What's this, reverse psychology? 100% it is. I guess I don't have to worry about joining or not in that case. ... Giving up just like that? I expected more of you. Seriously, is Sasune trying to taunt me into joining the student council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day. I can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet. And these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a look at the clubs before I decide. Really, He-chan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better. Yeah, I'm just not sure that I want to. Aww. ... Okay, He-chan, but we're not going to give up so easily. You said maybe. There's still a chance you could come around. ... Come on, we really have fun. We could play more Risk, and maybe one day you could beat me. Unless we graduate before that. That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining you now. ... Wow, surely you are not that horrible at board games. Maybe we could play a game you know then, to give you a handicap. Might have said that just to make you feel better after all. Aw, that's cold, He-chan. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I spend far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizome scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. ... It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shi-chan. We think the library's open. It's on the 2nd floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No thanks. It's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. One flight of stairs up and I ran into problems. The 2nd floor hallway is a carbon copy of the 3rd floor one. Wide, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. The problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. The classrooms are marked with signs suggesting which classrooms they belong to, but then there is a plethora of other unknown rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hall? I bet on the latter and choose my direction at random. After a turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, though, just barely ajar, so that I can't see it's open and nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be inevitably open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means that someone is inside and I can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to the school can't be shaken from my mind, so much that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. The door slowly creaks as if growing from a deep sleep, though it is much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poke my head further inside to gain a sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek hello of my lips is quickly snatched away. What do I see? Blonde head. Okay. That. This is not what I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solemn figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway staring at the beautiful girl. And evidently having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes but doesn't look at me. Hello there. Hello there. May I help you? Staring directly in front of her, the movements of her lips seems to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me she's a being separated from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi, sorry for intruding. I'm just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding upon her. Thanks. I slowly step towards another seat opposite of her. The girl rests in the teacup on saucer and the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling. That and the slight cloudiness to her eyes means she must be at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The common atmosphere is very different from the student council office. I take it you're a new student to Yamako? Ah, yes, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers. Accosted by her restrained bow of greeting. One which I hastily to match before realizing the futile of the action. I'm Lily Soto. Pleasure to meet you. Hisao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along on a shelf. A brush here, a brush there, have her hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she follows dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to be using her long, dainty fingers to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see the different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shisume and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, She seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offering preparer the drink. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observation. Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. Some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring water into the teacup as she nods. A small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it's being stirred. I'm aware of Miss Hanaguchi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right, I'm in the science room with Muta. She gives a small giggle before setting down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite a character. I'll imagine you come to like him. Most do. This is a good picture. I like it. As she sits down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Needlessly, the smells quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Soto. It tastes really good. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please. There's no need to be too formal. She says this in spite of her expertly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try and ask her about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as you. It's taught by Minying, and it's specifically for both blind and partially blind students. I see. Sorry. I feel like slapping my face for the facts past looking on her face, though she doesn't seem to be the least bit put off by it. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. Sure, sorry. I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions. The category which would include her seems all too ready to jump ship from this particular topic. I surge into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking of it, this might be her version of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunch times. My duties as class representatives don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Shisume, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shisune's blunt and fierce drive, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school clubs. What kind of clubs are there to join? The more popular ones are the track and field club, which use the field near their school during lunch times, the baseball club, and the book club in a room near the library. There are also numerous small ones too, such as the art and music clubs. At a time when I was just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into the club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if the school shares the same rule as my old one. Isn't it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, good. That's a relief. I really let down my guard around this girl. To let such a thing slip out, the fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same. Man, I was here for a while. As I look over to the window, over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinct orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh, the time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of time. Sorry, Isao. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly moved to allure her concern. No, it's okay. The library is still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Sasune when I had the chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I shall be able to find it alright. Well, unless my navigation skills fail me, which they seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright, I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that will be great. Thanks. As she stands up to follow me, she takes hold of a straight, retractable cane that had slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looked much thinner and longer. His must be for support. Whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. Side by side, my peaceful, carefully shown slow to her match hers, we walk slowly through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door, to the warm-looking welcome, apparently situated in the middle of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciated smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. To the left is the wooden library counter, with the library property being on the right. It easily dwarfs my old school library, with the distinct smell of old books, giving the place an almost old world air. There doesn't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms. Yuki, are you here? She says it to thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present, and of course Lily can't see this. What's unexpectedly is that it draws a reaction. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet whine. Aww. Apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to extreme ready attention. Hey Lily, how can I help you? Her voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk, and while I was looking for a pencil dropped, and when I was looking for both of them, you came and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry. I couldn't know. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I had worse happen to me. She's quick to reverse Lily's apology, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Yes, Worse things have happened. Hee hee hee. This girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, and she shuffles some papers around the corner for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replaced with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look, she seems to fit a library perfectly. Ah, Lily, did you get my message? Message? Oh, the 2 imported books that arrived? Right, they finally came. Can't believe it took so long, but amidst her celebration, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure she noticed me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Didn't you check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me. Yuki, this is Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuki, the school librarian. Pleasure to meet you. Hisao. Pleasure to meet you too, Hisao. For a second, she visually attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget. Yuki often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily, innocent suggestion is met with an expression of jeer terror. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. How is it any responsibility at all? I don't get. But her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. But so there are a lot of books here in Braille here. I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at less partially as Yuki seems to not exactly relax, but at least looks slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or a fourth. Yamago's library is either in Braille or audio. Makes sense given all the blind students that will be here. If it's only that, how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adaptively endowed. That's probably why. They spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelf all of them. It's so troublesome, and they waste so much. I wish I could quit this job. ... A very awkward silence follows this realization of too much info. I'll go check the aisles then, if you don't mind. Probably best for all of us if she didn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuki, I would have those books if it's alright with you. That woman was a little too apologetic for some reason. A little too out there, in my opinion. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I studied the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blob, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arm. I guess I'd never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lily and snuck with us in here, unless it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. While the rest of the library had the old odd student sitting at a desk either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of the several beanbags. Oh, it's the girl with the burns. It's the dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. From the way she was acting today, I pegged her as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mystery disappearance from class raises all sorts of ways in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I knew it, I'm walking towards the mystery long-haired girl. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself, as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. The girl starts looking scaredly up at me from underneath her brain. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long dust banks, I can see that part of her face, at least a third of it, if not a half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her eyes. For a second, I am shocked and divert my eyes to the books in her hand before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse. It takes too many seconds to collect myself and remember what I walked up to her for. Release. I'm gonna introduce myself. Hi, I'm new here. Hisao Nakai. We're in the same class. That's that. I just transferred here the other day. Maybe you don't remember. That's that. I did a self-introduction too. The girl still doesn't say a word, but simply stares at me, wide-eyed. I'm still getting used to this place, so I'm trying to meet as many people as I can. So, what's your name? Hanako. Her speech is stuttering and so quiet that it's barely audible in the still library. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako, eh? So what are you reading? She gently taps the book backwards so that I could read the title, at the same time hiding her face behind it. She must have noticed me staring before. Life of Pi. I never heard of it before. What's it about? That's a good book. 100%. That's a very good book. I recommend reading it. I had to read it for college. Money. One of the best things I've read in a while. A Boy and a Tiger? Oh, it's also a movie. You guys should see it. I enjoyed it a lot. On a boat. I can see this taking some time. Sounds interesting. Is it any good? She nods from behind the book, but stays silent. It looks kind of tense, a bit like Yuko earlier, but in a different way, more like petrified with terror, I say. So the mystery delinquent girl turned out to be anything but, and she's quivering in a way that makes it look like she's mortally afraid of me. The only way out of this, as far as I could tell, is to try to get a normal conversation going. Is it a library book? I'm looking for new ones to read, but there's just so many. No, it's mine. Oh, so do you come here often? That's that. A huge blush spreads on Hanako's face, and her eyes widen far larger than I thought it was possible for eyes to do. Uh-oh. Did she interpret my lame attempt at small talk as a feeble attempt to pick her up? I mean, I didn't mean it like that. I gotta go do something. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair like takeoff catches me so off guard that I didn't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she is nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuki are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you notice a girl run past you? Maybe. What did she look like? Long, dark hair, kinda shy. She had, well, some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading a book and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear. Yuki, would you excuse me? I had better try to find her. Sure, I'll just hold on to these until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I have to explain it to you some other time. Right, I'll see you later then. Lily hastily grabbed her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuki. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing. I just talked to her. Tried to get to know her. Didn't even manage to get started. Yuki sighs and looked awfully bothered, even more so than she did before. I guess you weren't wrong so much as tactless. Tactless? That girl is a bit of a special case. It's like she never really talks to anyone. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder. It's just how she is, I think. Yuki doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. Perhaps I was being a little tactless after all. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly cautious only makes me feel phony. Like, I was supposed to be trying to ignore the elephant in the room. Yuki fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but she resists it. I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile and she blushes heavily. But what? Did that sound stupid? No. It sounds really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us has anything to add, so Yuki fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desk really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, the library should be closing, but I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly. At least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't say anything else. Just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call holding the library books with one hand. I travel my pocket for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind me startles me, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying, or the key I almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? I turn around to see who is talking. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. It's just me. This makes him pause and lick his lips nervously. Who is me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice is suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we met before, yesterday. I don't think so. I would remember someone who I met only yesterday. When was that? What day is it today? I tried to ignore him. Is he joking, or what? Prove that we met before. Live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji jumped back, his eyes filled with an incomprehension fear. How do you know my name? Damn, this can only mean one of two things. Either we have met, and you are telling the truth, and I just can't remember it, or you are a spy. He pauses. A psycho spy. His eyes start around me, trying to peek into my room. It's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swings from friendly to maniac in less than a minute. I'm not a psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Kenji points a finger on my face, damningly. Unlike you. Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think you'll pass as Hisao because I'm legally blind, you are sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim. Maybe at a distance, but who do you think you're kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulder and shake him. Exhaustedly, I rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Stay there. Kenji comes closer, one careful step at a time. I stay still, let him assault me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage even if he did. Oh, wait, I see it now. Damn, it really is you. Sign again, and then again for good measures. I step backwards just in case. What's up, man? You don't look good. You don't look too good, I think. Something wrong? I don't know. Just had something stupid happen to me. A few stupid things, actually. Even if you discount this one. I can't get a proper touch on other people here. And I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like we had any contact either. That's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all that, but you can never be too careful. It's not really hard. It's the really hard reality we live in. I'm slowly starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living in reality as the rest of us. You see, this is how it is. This world. There is no justice, you see. Even when I lose, I win, because I don't lose the lesson. What does that even mean? It doesn't matter. He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hands. So what happened? Why a long face? Do you have a long face? It's nothing. I just grilled some girl off accident. Literally, too. She actually ran from me. What's my fault, really? I think I'm not really used to all this yet. A girl? Cute one? Cute? That's a hard question. She had a nice body and a really beautiful hair, but the face... I guess it could go either way. Another save. Yeah, I'm gonna say cute. Yeah, cute, I guess. I knew it. There are a lot of cute girls here. A strangely disapparently amount. I believe this is one of those dark secrets of the school. I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets. Yeah, dark secrets. Extremely dark, like a black hole. Have you noticed that the number of girls in this school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's like 60 to 40. He turns his head to the left and stares off into the distance at nothing. Why is it like this? I mean, the untrained eye, it doesn't appear to be that bad, but that is a full 20%. One would think that a school with such a huge pool of women would be a mainstream, but no. What I'm about to tell you could blow your mind. Are you ready? I don't know where this is going, but I don't think I will be missing much by cutting out now. No, I am not ready. I only get as far as turning the doorknob before Kenji starts talking again, showing that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not. I believe that this school is a battleground, the site of feminist infiltration. This disparity in the number of men to women is a clear sign of how far they have come. In case this Cold War turns hot, they have seniority in numbers. Just another skirmish in the eternal war against the forces of feminism. They're everywhere in Japan. Women outnumber men. It's not a 60-40 split, but it's only a matter of time, man. Even America, women are the majority by a hair. The building up their numbers in the past, the build-up of a military, has been the clearest sign of imminent war. Japan is the first step. Our economy is badass, and the country itself is small and isolated. Yet a huge part of the Pacific, in terms of political view, the perfect target. They are so cunning, as expected of women. Soon the day will come when Kenji's voice trails off ominously. That is why you can't trust them. They will string you along and then kill you, just as they killed me. You will end up just like me. Oh, hell no. I can't stop myself from blurting it out. Hey, what the hell does that mean? You said it, not me. It's the best I could think of. So, you're not supposed to say anything like that. Damn, so rude. Where was I? Oh yeah, vast feminist conspiracy. Stop it. I lost you way back there somewhere. Somewhere around feminist infiltration. Too hard to follow? It's cool. I have some graphs and stuff in my room. And puppets. You like puppets? No puppets. You don't like puppets? Okay, graphs are so cool though, right? He speaks energetically, responding almost before I'm done talking, moving his hands in an animated way as he continues to ramp on. This is too strange. I had pegged him as a relatively normal, but it's clear that I was wrong. Something on your mind, dude? Just thinking about what it's like to be the last sane man in an insane world. Kenji frowns, looking deeply upset. You mean that's you? It can't be, because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. That is my dream. You just can't steal a man's dream. What the hell? There can't be two last sane men. It would inevitably invalidate the whole last part, and that part is kind of important. There can only be one. Like in the foreign movie, where there can only be one, and in the end, there is only one dude left because that was the point. I have never seen anyone talk so heartily and so defensively about absolutely nothing before. Anyway, if you wait here, I can get my graphs. I also have a list of the other dark and complex conspiracies that this school holds. As tangled as... Quickly, finish my analog for me, be a pal. I'm going to bed now. It's extremely late. That doesn't sound like an analog, but whatever. I like you. You seem like a cool dude. Most people don't understand what I'm talking about when I try to explain the vast feminism conspiracy to them. Denial is a terrible thing. Later. He claps me on the back and then vanishes into his room so quickly and quietly. It's like he didn't even open the door, but instead walked through it like a ghost. I don't know if I could fully digest what just happened, so I give up and just go to my room, kicking off my shoes before falling face first into my bed. It takes me some time to relax and get up so I can get started on homework. It's because the sheets are cold and comforting against my cheeks, and it feels good just lying there with my eyes closed. This school is like some kind of bizarre and surreal island. It's isolated on top of a mountain, and each person is stranger than the last. I just can't seem to fit in. What irony. One would think that fitting in a place that's made for people who are unfit for anywhere else would be easy. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Although I say that, it doesn't help take the edge off, and the words are left echoing off my empty walls. I guess it's not as bad as I expected, though. This place really is more of a school and less than a hospital, pretending it's a school than I thought it would be. If nothing else, the scenery is beautiful. I open one eye, seeing the school bags and bottles of pills arranged side by side on my desk. Maybe this place is too much like a normal school after all. And I guess this is where I'm gonna end it today. It has been a pleasure, as always. This is Visual Novel Gamer here, and I'll be back with you with the next part. Hope everyone has a great day. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Just tell me how your day is going, and just tell me what's ever on your mind. Alright, have a good one. See you all later, and peace.